So sometimes we want to remove a column. We want to actually delete a column. So suppose we have a table that is called employees, and we decide that, you know what, we don't need um, birth date and hire date, the columns that we just created. So we can remove like basically several or one or more columns. For example, we can remove birth date that we just created and the hire date. Um, so we will also alter table employees. Let me just fix my spell there. Alter table employees. Alter table employees, and then we want to actually drop a column. Drop column birth date and also the hire date. So we want to drop both of these columns, and then we can actually select from employees. And then if we execute, then we can actually see now that we do not have both the hire date and the birth date. So one thing that you must keep in mind whenever you remove a column, when you delete a column, is the dependencies. Before dropping any column, make sure that there is no dependencies on it. Things like constraint indexes or computed columns as well. Because SQL Server will not allow you to drop a column if it is referenced by any other objects. And then data loss as well. That's another thing that you must consider, because dropping a column could result in a permanent loss of the data that is stored in that column for all the rows of the table. So just make sure that this data is not required, or it has not been backed up, or it has been actually backed up if necessary, before you proceed with dropping a column. And then another thing is that it cannot be rolled back easily. Just like unlike any other operations, dropping a column is not something that can be easily undone. So when you can add perhaps a new row back, the data that was stored in the dropped column will still be lost unless it's backed up separately. So this is just some few examples that we've done to illustrate the straightforward process of removing columns from the existing tables in SQL Server using the alter table drop a column statement. So you always proceed with this with caution whenever you're dropping a column to avoid unintended data loss.